Begin drawing the nose with a skewed box, the bottom wider than the top. Then draw these basic overlapping shapes to the wedge, defining the three regions of the nose. It's this combination of basic shapes overlapping each other that helps define the complex contours of the nose. Drawing from the largest shapes to the smallest shapes, each shape is clearly defined, helping build up and completing both sides simultaneously. Defining the profile is similar, starting with the largest shapes and then working down into the three regions. The shapes are a little bit different from this angle, but it's still the same process. We use the method of abstraction to combine spaces that share similar rhythm lines, defining the unique shapes of the profile. The trick to the three-quarter view is to remember the center line is not the profile line, and that the nose is built on the tooth barrel and skews on the far side, very much like the mouth. The mouth region is known as the tooth barrel or cylinder because of its form. It's the turning of this form that makes the mouth sometimes confusing to draw. From the front, start with an oval that represents this barrel shape. Connect the nose to the rhythm. Draw the philtrum rhythm through to the chin. Find the nodes on the mouth corners. Draw the pink portion of the lips, thinking diamond-like. Find the cheek rhythms that tie it all together. Draw the smaller edges. Frame the mouth with the muzzle or laugh lines. The same order of shapes applies to the other views. The trick to the profile is finding the axis line that connects the tip of the nose with the lips and chin in a descending angle, and the little angle under the nose that blends it into the muzzle. The middle of the top lip is visible from this angle. The trick to the three-quarter view is to remember the tooth barrel volume. The middle of the mouth will appear closer to the far corner in its proper center point. The mouth is on a rounded form, so the far side is not in formal side-by-side alignment with the middle. Start with the 5 sides of the socket and imagine its depth. Add the eyeball, draw the iris, then draw the pupil with just a touch of depth to them. Add the lens. Find the corner and the tear duct. Arc the lid lines and connect the points. Add the lids. Draw the eye folds. Draw in the eyebrow. Flesh out the face. Fill the brow using the hair patterns to hatch the tones. Shade in the lashes and add a few as smaller shapes. Shade the hollow of the eye and the side of the nose. Shade the lids. Add depth to the lid fold with both cast and form shadows. Shade in the orbital of the eye. Add volume to the ball of the eye. Shade the other surfaces surrounding the socket. Add the highlight and gradate around it to ground it to the surface of the lens. With the profile, you are foreshortening the eye, which means to add the illusion of depth to the shapes. Start with the socket, measuring its depth with the tear duct and the brow. Draw the ball of the eye. Next the iris, half the width. Then the pupil. Draw the tear duct and the outside corner. Now draw the upper and lower lid lines. Draw the upper eye fold and hollow. Add the lower lid, bottom edge. Draw the eyebrow. Then the sides of the nose. Draw the lens using the highlights. Gradate the eye and fill in the pupil. Group the eyelashes to this value and volume. I'm using the side of the pencil to quickly shade in all of the spaces. Fill the hollow of the eye, draw the brow, following the pattern of the hairs. Shade the orbital, the outside corner is shallow in this view. Gradate the eyelids. Shade the eyeball, and then the lower lid. Shade the sides of the nose. Accentuate. The upper lid is the tallest, where the iris is positioned. This will help turn the eyeball in the socket, giving it a forward gaze in the three-quarter position. For proper measure, the eye should appear narrower between the corners than the forward view.
Draw a horizon line. Draw vanishing point on horizon line. Draw vanishing lines. Make one of them steeper, one of them flatter, just to learn this concept. Draw forward edge as low to the page as you can, with it still being good in the composition. Take length of this longer vanishing line, rotate it up to the horizon line. Take the measurement of that from vanishing point to its new point and double that. 1, 2. Take from new vanishing point that we've created, from here over to this forward edge corner, draw a diagonal, and where it crosses this vanishing line, draw a horizontal line across, and that creates a perfect square unit of measure. And if you divide that square down even further, then you have a perfect floor grid for your figure when you go to practice.
Start with a rounded triangular head shape. Forehead, chin, back of skull are the points of interest. Draw the neck to position the figure in space. Draw the ear at any angle. Draw the chin or forehead to start the overlaps. Then block in the shoulders to help reinforce the neck tilt. The ear is the head's pivot point, so if you start with the ear, you can't go wrong on the head tilt. To line up the features so they are in the correct perspective to the head, start with the center line of the face. Line up the bottom corner of the ear with the center line at a true right angle. Line up the cheekbone with the outside corner of the chin. Where the cheek line and the nose line intersect, draw a new line to find the base of the nose. The baseline of the nose and the chin line will help you line everything else up on the rest of the face. In this demonstration, I use traditional media and take the design just a little bit further to show you the perspective of the skull. Practicing this process daily will help you craft stronger 3D portraits in any tip, turn, or tilt. A simple way to draw the ear is to construct it with shapes and letter forms. Start with half a heart to measure the ear, then convert it to a question mark rhythm. Fill that with a lowercase y, add the step notches at the tubercle, then shade the forms. Drawing the front of the ear is similar, but narrower and more overlap with the shapes or the volumes. From any angle, build the ear with the same big to small, outside to inside approach. The middle third, or the concha, is a deeper hole, and I'm shorthanding that by shading it in. For the back of the ear, start with a circle that connects the ear to the skull. Overlap that with the infinity sign. This is the helix from the back. Add the cartilage and shade.